In last few lectures of material testing and evaluation, we have discussed about various materials like cement, sand, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, bricks. Now we are going to discuss about a mortar, its types and properties, which is most useful material for binding of each and every component like bricks, stones, and for plastering and pointing purpose. Myself, R.V. Judar, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering. Mortar is the term which is used to describe the paste obtained by the addition of water in mixture of binding material like cement or lime and aggregate like sand in definite proportion. The binding material used may also be referred as matrix, and the aggregate used may also be referred as adulterant. Hence, mortar is a mixture of matrix and adulterant. Properties of good mortar. Since mortar is used for placing of bricks, stones, and their bonding, as well as for pointing purpose and for plastering, we must know the properties of good mortar. The mortar should be capable of developing good adhesion with building units such as bricks, stones, etc. It should be capable of developing the designed stresses. It should be capable of resisting penetration of rainwater, and it should be watertight. The mortar should be cheap. It should be durable also. The mortar should be easily workable, and it should not affect the durability of materials with which it comes into contact like stone, bricks and blocks. Uses of mortar. The mortar is used for binding the building units such as bricks, stones, etc. to carry out painting, pointing, and plastering works on exposed surface of masonry. The plastering to form an even bedding layer for building units. The plaster is to form joints of pipes. It is used to improve the appearance or elegance of structure by means of various types of plastering methods. There are various types of mortar depending upon various factors. The mortar are classified on basis of following things. The first is bulk density, second is kinds of binding material, nature of application, and special mortars. Types of mortar depending upon bulk density. According to bulk density of mortar, in dry state, the mortar are of two types. First is heavy mortar having bulk density more than 1500 kg per meter cube and prepared from heavy cords. And second type is lightweight mortars having bulk density less than 1500 kg per meter cube and prepared from light porous sand. There are various types of mortar based on kinds of binding material. According to the kinds of binding material, several factors such as expected working conditions, hardening, temperature, moisture conditions, etc. should be considered. The mortars are classified into five categories. The first is mud mortar. A plate is prepared by mixing suitable clay soil with water. The soil which is used for preparing mud mortar should be free from grass, pebbles, and organic matters. These are the cheapest mortars but weakest in strength. These mortars are used for brickwork of ordinary buildings and for plastering walls in rural areas. These are use of mud mortar. It is generally used in villages and rural areas for the structures having less than 2 stories. The second type of mortar depending on material is lime mortar. It is type of mortar composed of lime and an aggregate such as fine aggregate sand mixed with water. In this mortar, lime is used as binding material. Lime may be fat lime or hydraulic lime. Fat lime mortar having proportion of 1:2 to 1:3, and hydraulic lime mortar may have proportion of 1:2 by volume. A lime kiln is used to produce quick lime through the calcination of limestone, that is calcium carbonate. The reaction takes place after addition of water, calcium carbonate CaCO3 with water gives heat, and it gives calcium oxide and CO2. The paste is prepared by mixing lime and sand or surki in suitable proportions in addition to water. If surki is to be added in a lime mortar, the equal proportion of sand and surki should be mixed with lime. These mortars are inferior to cement mortars in strength as well as water tightness. These mortars should not be used for underground works as they set in the presence of carbon dioxide and break up in damp conditions. This type of mortar is used for construction work above ground level, that is for exposed type of works. Third type of mortar on material use is cement mortar, which is used worldwide effectively. In this mortar, cement is used as binding material depending upon the strength required and importance of work. The proportion of cement to sand varies from 1:2 to 1:6 or more. The paste is prepared by mixing cement and sand in a suitable proportion. In addition to water, the general proportion of 2:6 is used for cement mortar for masonry work. These mortars must be used within half an hour, that is before initial setting time of cement. This type of mortar is used for all engineering works where high strength is desired, such as load bearing walls, deep foundation, floorings, etc. The type of mortar depending on material is gauged mortar or composite mortar. The process of adding cement to lime to improve the quality of lime mortar is known as gauging. It makes lime mortar economical, strong, and dense. The usual proportion of cement to lime by volume is about 1:6 to 1:8. The next type of mortar, depending on material use, is gypsum mortar. These mortars are prepared from gypsum binding material such as building gypsum and unhydrated binding materials. There are various types of mortar shown in photograph. First is mud mortar, second is lime mortar, cement mortar, gauge mortar, gypsum mortar. Types of mortar depending on nature of application. According to the nature of application, the mortars are classified into two categories. First is bricklaying mortars. Mortars for bricklaying are intended to be used for brickworks and walls, depending upon the working condition and type of construction. The composition of masonry mortars with respect to the kind of binding materials is decided. The second type depending on nature of application is finishing mortars. These mortars include common plastering work and mortars for developing architectural or ornamental effects. Generally, cement or lime is used for binding material. There are some special types of mortar also, such as fire resistant mortar. This mortar is prepared by adding 1:2 ratio of aluminous cement with crushed powder of fire bricks used for fire brick lining furnace, fireplaces and ovens, etc. The second type of mortar is lightweight mortar. This mortar is prepared by adding sawdust, wood powder to line or cement mortar for soundproof and heatproof construction. The third type of special mortar is packing mortar. To pack of oil wells, special mortars possessing the properties of high homogeneity, water resistance, predetermined setting time, ability to form solid waterproof plugs in cracks and voids of rocks, resistance to subsoil water pressure, etc. We have to be for cement sand, cement loam, and cement sand loam mortars. The next type of special mortar is sound absorbing mortars. To reduce the noise level, sound absorbing mortars with Portland cement, lime, gypsum, slag, Portland cement, etc. as the binding materials employed in its composition. The aggregates reselected from lightweight porous material such as pumice, cinders, etc. The next type of special mortar is X-ray shielding mortar. This type mortar is used for providing plastering coat to walls and ceilings of X-ray cabinets. This is heavy mortar with bulk density over 2200 kg per meter cube is used. The aggregates are obtained from heavy rock and suitable admixture are added to enhance protective property of such mortar. There are some special type of mortars like fire resistant mortar, lightweight mortar, packaging mortar, gauge mortar, X-ray shielding mortar. Preparation of cement mortar. Cement mortar may be prepared by manual mixing or by mechanical mixing is preferred when mortar is required in large quantities to be used in continuous order. Mixing in mechanical mixer. In this case, cement and sand in the desired proportion and fed in the mixer and mixed dry. Water is then added gradually and the wet mixing continued for at least 1 minute to obtain the mortar of desired consistency. It is necessary to ensure that only the quantity of mortar which can be used within half an hour of its mixing should be prepared at a time. This is essential as after 30 minutes the mortar begins to set because of initial setting time of cement. This photograph shows the mixing procedure of mortar by mechanical means. Preparation of cement mortar. Manual mixing. In this case, specified quantity of sand is sprayed and leveled to clean dry masonry platform. Required quantity of cement bags are emptied over the sand layer and ingredients are then mixed thoroughly by turning them over the sand layer. The ingredients are mixed thoroughly by turning them over all over, backward and forward several times with the help of spade. Dry mixing is continued till the mix have attains uniform color. A batch of dry mix is then put in the shallow masonry tank and just sufficient quantity of water is added to bring the mortar to the standard consistency of cement paste. The quantity of dry mix taken is in each batch should be such that mortar formed each time is consumed within half an hour. There are some photographs showing manual mixing. For manual mixing, always use tray for mixing, and if it is not possible, the ground surface should be clean and it should be free from vegetation and organic matter. Precaution in using mortar. Consumption of mortar. The consumption of mortar should be as early as possible. Lime mortar with should be used within 36 hours after the preparation. Cement mortar should be used within 30 minutes. Gauged mortar should be used within 2 hours. Frost action. Setting action of mortar is affected by presence of frost and not advisable in frosty weather. Soaking of building units. Building units should not be soaked before application of mortar. If this precaution is not taken, water of mortar will be absorbed by the building units and mortar will become weak and may cause the cracking in mortar. Precaution in using mortar. Sprinkling of water. The construction work carried out by mortar should be kept damp or wet by sprinkling water about 7 to 10 days to avoid rapid drying of mortar. The next is workability. Mortar should not contain excess water and it should be stiff as can be conveniently used. Joints should be well formed and excess mortar from joint should be nearly taken off by the trowel. Surface formed by the mortar for building units to rest should be even. Objective of plastering. Plastering is done to achieve the following objects: to protect the external surface against penetration of rainwater and other atmospheric agencies, to give smooth surface in which dust and dirt cannot lodge in the wall surface, to give decorative effect, to protect surface against vermin, to conceal inferior materials or defective workmanship. Requirement of good plaster. It should adhere the background and should remain adhered during variations of the climatic changes. It should be cheap and economical. The plaster should be hard and durable. It should be possible to apply in during all weather conditions. The plaster should be effectively check the entry of penetration of moisture from the surfaces, and plaster should be possess good workability. Mortars used for plaster are of following types: cement mortar, lime mortar, gypsum mortar, gauged mortar, surkey mortar, and aerated cement mortar. The cement mortar, as used in brickwork or blockwork, similarly, it is used for plaster in the proportion of 1:2 to 1:6. Lime mortar. In case of lime mortar, lime is used for binding material. There are two types of limes, namely fat lime and hydraulic lime. Fat lime in lime mortar requires 2 to 3 times of sand and is used for dry work. Hydraulic lime and sand in proportion 1:2 ratios will give good result in damp conditions and also suitable for waterlogged areas. The lime mortar has high plasticity so it can be placed easily. The next type is gypsum mortar. Gypsum mortar consists of plaster and soft sand as binding material and fine aggregates. In the Egyptian ancient structures called as pyramids, gypsum mortar is used. Gypsum mortar will have low durability in damp conditions. The next type is gauged mortar. Gauged mortar is nothing but combination of lime and cement proportion, where it is used in proportion of 1:6 to 1:8 ratio of cement and lime. The next type of mortar is Surki mortar. Surki mortar consists of lime, surki, and water. Surki is used as adulterant or fine aggregate. Sometimes half amount of sand and half amount of surki also used for better results. Surki is finely powdered burnt clay bricks which is free from any admixture, impurities, and it will give more strength than sand and cheaply available in the market. The next type of plaster is general cement mortar does not contain plas- plasticity and workability. To make it more plastic and workable, the air entraining agents are added to the cement mortar, which results in aerated cement mortar for plastering. These are some tools used for masonry, pointing, and plastering, such as bull nose trowel, pointed nose trowel, floated trowel, plumb bob, trapezoidal float rule, spirit level, float rule, and spirit level. Methods of plastering. There are various methods of plastering, such as first coat, second coat, third coat, render coat, floating coat, setting coat, or finishing coat. The thickness are generally varies from 9 to 10 mm for first and render coat, 6 to 9 mm for second or floating coat, and 3 mm for third or setting coat or finishing coat. There are various types of external part plasters, such as sandfest finish. The first coat of sandfest cement plaster is done with cement mortar 1:4 with coarse sand. After curing and plaster for 7 days, the second coat cement plaster of 1:3 proportion will be done on the first coat. The sponge is used in the second coat and is applied when the second coat is wet. It is thus worked that the density of sand gain appear on surface of equal and uniform. The surface is kept well watered at least for 15 days. The next is rough cast finish or spatter dashed finish. This plaster is mixture of sand and gravel in specified proportion. The plaster base consists of two coats under the 12 mm thickness for top layer and 10 mm thick having the cement mortar with ratio of 1:3. In order to make the base more plastic, about 10%, the hydrated lime by volume or cement shall be added while prepare mortar. The next type of external plaster is Dipiter finish. This is just another form of a rough cast finish. The rendering coat of 12 mm thick is prepared as the case of pebble dash finish. While this coat is wet, pieces of gravel are pressed with hand on the surface. Thus, it is possible to have beautiful patterns and ornamental design on the surface of selected material of different colors. Another type is pebble dash. It is similar to rough cast finish except clean pebble of size from 6 mm to 12.5 mm are dashed against the surface so that they are laid in position by mortar applied only. And last is smooth finish cast plaster. This finish is just similar to sand finish or sandfest finish except the grained sand is used instead of coarse sand. No sponging is done to expose the sand grain. It is normally done for internal walls. Now we have discussed about various types of plastering, the use of plastering, advantages of plastering and pointing for masonry. Thank you.